We are going to do a tarot reading today. As I sense the energy of this reading, I see someone in a hurry. It feels like somebody is in a hurry. Either it's because you are having lots of things to do right now, or because that's how you feel. I think it's because you have a lot of things to do right now. You have a lot of things going on, but also you are doing all of those things and wondering when is it going to happen. It feels somehow related to work. Perhaps you are waiting on a promotion at work and you are doing all of the things you are supposed to be doing, but still nothing is happening, and so you are wondering when will it come. But it also feels like perhaps you asked the universe for something, and I think you have a strong connection with your spirit guides. That's how it feels, because it feels like you talk to the universe, you speak to the universe. And they told you what to do. They told you, well, if you follow these steps, or if you do this, or if you transform in this way, whatever you are requesting or waiting for will come. And so you started to work on the directions they gave you. You started to follow the guidance and the steps. But somehow, probably it's been a month or so since you had this conversation with yourself, with your spirit guides, and there is not much happening yet. And so you're wondering when will it come, and why it's not moving. Why the things are not moving if I'm doing or did what you told me to do. And so that's why there is this energy of hurry up, because I think whatever advice they gave you, you were very quick to implement it, but you did not really think it through. You did not analyze the implementation or the true objective behind these implementations. There is some analysis you were missing. So let's see. I have the Nine of Swords, the Prince of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Swords in reverse. This is Tarot. Then the Ten of Discs, also in reverse. The Queen of Swords. I've seen this. I think every time I do a reading with this deck, the Queen of Swords comes up. The Moon. This is a major arcana card. The Five of Discs or Pentacles. The Magus. At the bottom of the deck, I have the Nine of Swords. And I just pulled as well the Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there's many cards that want to come out. I have Adjustment in reverse. This is also a major arcana in this deck. And then the Prince of Wands also in reverse. All right, so I'm going to leave it there with Tarot. I'm going to shuffle the Divine Feminine Oracle. And even though this is the Divine Feminine, remember those are expressions of energy and just words that we use to differentiate between the different polarities or the different elements of the same energy. So if you are a man watching this, if you're a woman, if you are non-binary, like if you're a human, this is for you. I have Sekhmet, the Lady in Red. Sarah Lakali, Queen of the Outsiders. And the Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits. Yeah, so I will actually start with that card, the Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits, and her message is, I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. So going back to what I was saying at the beginning about you implementing this advice your spirit guides gave you, with the Nine of Wands, I think you felt the advice was about endurance. You interpret whatever they told you as something you had to be strong enough to handle, be strong enough to implement. You thought that the advice, the change, and the transformation was based on strength and discipline, and again, very much mental energy. But you did not notice then that there are two sides or two extremes of the same energy. I'm not sure you can see the card properly, but at the top of this card, there is like something that looks like the sun, and at the bottom, we can say is the moon. And so they are in the same line. They are extremes of the same energy, but their expressions are different. What you did when you went to implement the advice, you did it with the sun energy, with the strength of the sun. But you did not notice that through that implementation, you could have also chosen to go toward the moon. The moon is a more feminine energy. The moon is a deeper energy than the sun, is also more reserved. Based on the energy I was feeling at the beginning and the energy I was feeling here, I think you are a very extroverted person, active person. You are, if not socially, you are always doing something. And that's what I mean when I use the word extrovert. You can change it to active, because you can be doing the things on your own, but you are always doing something, whether you go to the gym or running or you volunteer somewhere, or you swim. You teach something besides your work, or perhaps your work has you active all the time. And because of that, because you are used to the active energy in your life, you kind of repel the passive energy. If you are a hyperactive person, then it's tough for you to remain still, to stay on your own. And you might say, like, no, I'm okay also to be on my own, I read books, I entertain myself, I watch movies, I clean the house, whatever. Sure, probably. But again, even when you are on your own, you are doing something. You find things to entertain yourself. What the moon card says, or the energy that card refers to, is a little bit like nothingness, passive energy, resting energy. How easy it is for you to lay still just for a second or two, like without checking your phone, without breathing, probably even without thinking, without doing anything. And I'm not talking about going a full day. I'm talking about literally a couple of minutes. And that's uncomfortable for you. That stillness is uncomfortable, because when that happens, it's as if that stillness leads you to perceive things, to notice things, to feel things you are not comfortable noticing or perceiving. That stillness almost automatically drives you into your own darkness, so to speak. It drives you inside, into you. When you stop moving, the energy of your true self, or your being that has been kept, that you have been keeping trapped inside your body, starts to seep out of your pores, almost literally. And you don't like that, because that inner being, it's darkness. Either it feels like that or represents that to you. And when I mean darkness, it can be fear, it can be anger, frustration, things that you don't feel comfortable with. This darkness I'm talking about are emotions or expressions of you, perhaps jealousy, that you don't like about yourself. So when you stop moving, this energy, these emotions, they want to come out. That's why you're always moving, because you don't like that. And so you keep all of those things truly hidden, with the 10 of discs. You keep them in, you don't let them out. You store them. And basically what has happened is that all of those parts of you, all of that darkness, has created a structure inside of you. Like with this card, there is like a structure. So it has created a different world inside. So what you experience or live outside of you, it's completely different, almost totally different from what you experience inside of you. That's why being alone, truly alone, is so uncomfortable. That's why being with yourself is almost like unbearable because of that, because your inner world, it's in shambles, so to speak, but also uncomfortable to experience. You don't like it. So when your guides or your consciousness or your intuition, your mind, whatever, told you about this change you had to implement, about this transformation you had to go through, you were very quick to know what you were supposed to do. You were like, of course I'm going to change that. Because on the outside, you do feel like the mouse. You do feel very capable. You are a go-getter. You usually project yourself that way. And if someone asks you if that's how you feel, you will very confidently say, of course that's what I feel. But that's not necessarily true. The energy you feel more inside is the Ace of Wands in reverse. It's as if you feel what you feel inside of you is destructive energy, not constructive, like the mouse. See how there is a difference. Both of them are very powerful. Both of them are creative, but one of them builds or constructs, the other one destroys. What you project is the energy of the mouse. The way you like to do things and to live your life is this way, the mouse way. The real way, the true way you feel, the true reality you live within you is the Ace of Wands in reverse. Is destroyer of worlds, what you truly feel or believe about yourself. So even though, again, inside of you there is a lot of potential, it's chaotic potential. It's chaos. There is nothing wrong with chaos. I'm just pointing out or saying that's the way you feel, and that's why you hide that chaos, because you do feel there is something wrong with it. That's why you always keep this potential locked. That's why your life feels incomplete, even though there might be lots of things going on. Maybe there might be a lot of activity in your life, a lot of things happening. Still, it feels incomplete. It's not enough. And it will never be. You know why? Because you keep this inside. You keep yourself in check all the time. All the time. The true potential you have, the true fire, the true thirst that you have for life is kept at bay, is kept suppressed. And so you do create things in your world, you do create things, you do create a lot with the Prince of Swords, but it's always kind of a struggle to create them. There is a lot of effort, a lot of steps, a lot of dedication, or put into whatever it is you want to create, because it comes from a part of you have not mastered. You have not mastered, but still you control, you keep in a leash. Your creation so far comes from the part of you that you keep in this leash. That's why it feels like 10 of this and Magus energy, because it's potent. Imagine, even that suppressed power that you use or you keep inside, even that creates. But it's a very restrictive creation. It's like with a lot of constraints. And that's why you feel like that. Again, you keep yourself in check a lot. Lots of restrictions around you that you put there. Okay, this is not coming from the outside. You put in there. So when you got the message that there were some modifications you had to do, you thought it meant you had to implement that change or go through that change using or based on the system you already had, the restrictions you already put in place. And because you kind of loosened up a little bit or jumped above or over those restraints, you thought you had freedom. You thought you had freed yourself because you jumped over, kind of ignoring the restrictions. But that's not working, or that's the reason why this transformation you thought you implemented or went through is not really working, or is not working in the way you thought it would, or in the way you wish it did. Because you didn't free anything. You didn't let go. You didn't open up. You jumped over, literally. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, literally. You had your base, let's say, like let's say you were here, or your life was built on this. These are beliefs, restrictions, control mechanisms, systems that you put in place to have some sort of control over your life, some sort of order. And so your spirit guides came and told you, you have to destroy that, you have to change, you have to modify. You say, cool. And you were here. The Magus, you were here. Your life was somewhat working, but not great. When they told you need to modify, instead of making this disappear or dissolve, you jumped over. So this is still where it was. You just came on top of it. And that's why it's not working, the steps implementation. Because it was not about jumping it over. It was about diluting them. It was about releasing it, letting it go, making it disappear with your Magus energy. But you made it disappear. It was a cheap trick, so to speak. You made it disappear because you pushed it down even more, when what they asked you to do was to bring it up to the surface so that, like balloons, they could fly over you. They could fly free. And in that way, you will truly become the Magus. But that's not what you did. And that's why your transformation, your plan, your implementation is not working. It's not yielding the results you were promised or you were expecting. The reason why the Black Madonna is influencing that energy is because what you were asked to do was to transform that pain and suffering into power, into true power. You haven't done that. The pain and suffering, you keep pushing it down. But I repeat myself, you have to bring it up, to release it, to transform, to become in here, to embrace that energy of transformation, of true transformation. So you are not too far off your path with the Eight of Wands. This indicates that you are grasping the concepts, the overall energy of the situation. You have it, meaning this transformation. You see, you have the we got first the Nine of Wands and then the Eight of Wands. So you are there. What they told you and what you built is more or less the same, but in a reversed way. Let's say they asked you to do this, but what you built was that. It's still wands. It's still a structure, but it's not really the structure you were asked to build or believe in. Still is a beautiful structure, but different. You are in the right track. You just need to modify a little bit. You need to come clean with yourself. You need to be honest with what you truly want, with what you truly believe about yourself, with what you desire. The information is already there, just as the energy. The information, your thoughts are there. You're already thinking, having the structure, having a plan. The problem is again on the implementation. Yeah, I keep getting the same thing. In the implementation, with the card of adjustment, together with the Queen of Swords. If you truly want to see that change in your life, that change you're seeking, you need to be comfortable with the discomfort, or comfortable with the uncomfortable. I think you're very much determined. You have the determination required already. This is not about that. It's not about determination. It's not about discipline. It's not really about, it's not even about the steps, because you have that energy in you anyway. You have a strength in you. There is fortitude. So it's not about that. What you have, you need to expand it. You need to become even more comfortable with discomfort. with the discomfort of this energy. So you are very much comfortable with endurance, with hard work, with planning, with restrictions. You are great at that. You already know how to handle it. But the energy we're talking about here, the energy you need to learn to endure, to transform, to transmute, is emotion. You need to become comfortable with emotions, with feelings, with things that you can touch, but you can perceive, with things that you know they are there. This is not mental energy. It's not about the mind. The Queen of Swords and the Adjustment card can help you adjust through your mind to the energy that you need to transform. But it is not about the mind. This is an energetic transformation. This is about your essence. This is about your spark. This is about the fire inside of you. So see how it's different. This is the energy you are working with. But this is the energy you need to work on. It's really different. You are cold. You are used to be detached. You are used to think clearly. This is not about thinking clearly. This is about experimenting and feeling and experiencing. And that's why it's not working for you. Because you still insist on going with the mind when this is about the heart. This is about emotions. This is about feeling again. Yeah, I have here the Moon card and below the Six of Cups, which represents pleasure. You know what's the funny thing about this? That you already know that when you embrace this energy, you feel ecstatic. You want to explode. You feel full. That's why you fear it. Not because you can control it, which I think is part of it. You can control when you are in this ecstatic energy. You can't control what you do. So the reason why you are shying away or running away from this energy is because you like it too much. You enjoy it. Of course you will enjoy it. This is your true self. And a part of you does not fear that energy. It wants to embrace it with the Moon and the Six of Cups. Whatever you find, whenever you come here, it's great. And that's what's scaring you. That it's so great that you fear you might not want to leave it ever again. You enjoy this energy so much. You are so comfortable with it. You have experienced it before. And when you have, it has been kind of the greatest experience in your life. And that's what's scaring you. Because you know that once you embrace this, once you embrace your energy, your true self, your life will change dramatically. Whatever you have right now cannot stay, will not stay. And that's what you fear, the change. Even though you know the change will be incredible, it will be amazing, it will be what you are looking for, what you have been expecting. And that's why you fear it. But you already know this energy, you already know. This emotion energy I'm talking about, this balancing of energy, you've been there, you experience it in dreams, you experience it in meditation, you experience it sometimes where you can see two realities at the same time, or the two versions of reality. You experience it then, and it gives you so much pleasure. It makes you feel ecstatic, and that's why you fear it. That's why you're afraid. You are worrying more than you should, because you were always meant to be the Prince of Wands. Yeah, you were always meant to become the master of this reality, the master of this energy. It's your destiny, let's say. It has always been your destiny to become this, to become, I'm going to use the word God incarnate. You thought your mission was about mastering the mind, but you've done that already. You are a master of your mind anyway. You know it. You know how it works. You know how to use it. You are missing this energy. You are missing in this life, in this moment, in this present, becoming the master of your energy. Not your mental energy, your total energy. And you want to, again, you want to. You are already there. This feels like dimensions. You're already there in a plane of existence, and it feels like in dreams. But I don't know I don't think it's literal dreams. It just feels like a separate dimension from the physical one. So the energy you're looking for is already is within you, is within here, within this environment. It's like here, and you are here in this plane of existence. But you already see this. You can already see it, touch it, experience it. All you need to do is bring them together. Bring this energy down and elevate yourself up to meet it. But you have already seen this transformation, this energy, this other reality. You just need to embrace it. And Sekhmet says, go embrace it. Don't be afraid, go embrace it. It's for you to take, it's for you to have. Transform it. Transform your pain. And again, I think I'm saying pain, but I think you've worked on that already. I think you're just holding on to your pain because you don't want to let it go, because the moment you let it go, this transformation happens. Or you become, the moment you release your pain, you become. And you are scared of the becoming. That's why you are still holding on to it and saying, no, not yet, not yet. I still have things to work on, but you don't. There is nothing you need to work on. You are already free. This is a great reading. It was a pleasure to read for you today.